Most people still use AI assistants like upgraded search boxes. They ask a question, receive an answer, and then close the app. But future AI assistants may do much more than respond. They may remember preferences, organize tasks, coordinate different apps, monitor goals, and take action before the user even remembers what needs to be done. But here's the real question. When an AI assistant begins remembering, planning, and acting for us, does it remain a tool, or does it become a digital manager of our lives? Today, most assistants are reactive. You ask them to write an email, explain a topic, summarize a document, or create a plan. Future assistants are likely to become more proactive. Instead of waiting for every instruction, they may notice deadlines, identify unfinished tasks, suggest priorities, and prepare work based on your habits and goals. Think of the difference between a calculator and a personal manager. A calculator helps when you give it a specific problem. A manager understands the wider goal, keeps track of progress, reminds people, and coordinates the next step. Future AI assistants may move in that direction by combining language models, memory, AI agents, and access to digital tools. For example, imagine telling an assistant, "Help me prepare for my meeting next week." A basic chatbot may provide general advice. A more advanced assistant could check your calendar, read emails, review earlier meeting notes, summarize relevant documents, prepare questions, create a presentation outline, and remind you before the meeting. Memory will be one of the biggest changes. Instead of starting every conversation from zero, future assistants may remember how you prefer information, what projects you are working on, what goals you have, and what decisions were made earlier. This could make the assistant more useful, but it also raises serious questions about privacy and control. A practical example is education. A future AI tutor may remember which topics a student understands, which mistakes keep appearing, and which explanation style works best. Instead of giving the same lesson to everyone, it could adjust the difficulty, create personalized exercises, and revisit weak areas over time. A small case study is business administration. A manager may currently use separate tools for email, scheduling, reports, customer support, and task management. A future AI assistant could connect those systems. It might summarize the morning's priorities, identify delayed work, draft follow-up messages, and prepare a short performance report. The value would not come from one impressive answer. It would come from coordinating many small tasks. AI assistants may also become more multimodal. They could work with text, voice, images, video, screens, and live camera input. You might speak naturally, show the assistant a broken device, share your screen, or ask it to interpret a document. The assistant would not be limited to a chat box, but the more useful an assistant becomes, the more access it needs. To manage your life, it may need access to calendars, emails, files, finances, location, health information, or business systems. That creates a serious trade-off. Greater convenience requires greater trust. Permissions will therefore matter. A safe assistant should not be allowed to send money, delete files, accept contracts, or contact people without clear approval. The future should not be AI does everything automatically. It should be AI handles routine work while humans control important decisions. There is also a risk of dependence. If people allow AI to plan every day, write every message, make every decision, and solve every problem, they may become more productive but less capable. A good assistant should reduce unnecessary work without removing independent thinking. Future assistants may also change jobs. Instead of every employee learning 10 different software systems, they may communicate with one AI interface that connects to those systems. This could make technology easier to use, but it may also reduce certain administrative roles and increase demand for people who can supervise AI workflows. Historically, digital assistants began with basic commands, such as setting alarms, checking weather, or playing music. Language models made conversation more flexible. AI agents added planning and tool use. The next major step is likely to combine conversation, long-term memory, personalization, and controlled action. So in one simple line, the future of AI assistants is moving from answering individual questions to understanding goals, remembering context, coordinating tools, and helping people complete ongoing work. They may become more useful, more personal, and more powerful, but also more difficult to control. Welcome back to the AI Studio, where we make artificial intelligence simple, visual, and slightly less painful. But if AI assistants become increasingly capable and independent, what happens when machines are no longer limited to one task? And what would artificial general intelligence actually mean for humanity?